Well, let's see. We've got a really cool topic today, and it's about design patents. This was kicked off by a question I got through a YouTube channel, Matt, which is, I get questions all the time, and this one's pretty thought-provoking. So let me just put this in. I'll put the whole comment in. It's from one of our viewers, Maria, and on one of the videos I posted last week. Then they're getting some traction. I love your videos. How can we check if a design is registered?
Sure.
For example, I want to make the bag the same bag as Gucci, right? Well, the very famous Gucci, but with my own brand and label. Is that allowed? How do I check if the bag design is registered or not, and if the registration number has a D on it? Please make a video. So here we are making a video. This is tricky, and if I'm being real above board in terms of searching for design patents, that is a bear. We have a third-party team, third-party search contractor. That's all he does through Agus Patents. Brandon Kenny, a little shout out to Brandon. He hooks us up with a lot of research, and what we usually feed him is keywords, right? When you break down an invention, it's okay, here are the elements, the core elements that the inventor believes to be unique and novel. And after we kind of work with them, we kind of pull it out, get some additional verbiage, and that's what makes the search work. You actually type in English words. Design, gosh, I mean, it's so challenging. You have to create words. You have to just, I believe he is using AI in a lot of his searching, but I don't want to speak for him. I don't have a great answer. Matt, do you have any kind of type of?
We have something similar on the trademark side. We have design marks, which are logos essentially, right? Or they could be other design elements for a trademark, and they are difficult to search. The USPTO actually has a whole catalog of how they organize design elements. I mean, it's really kind of interesting how they break it down.
And this on the trademark for like design marks you're talking.
Yeah, design marks. Yeah. So, for example, like I'll just go to the design codes, and I'll kind of give you. I don't know if I can share my screen.
You should be able to, or send me a link if you can.
You mind if I share my screen?
Yes, we're going Uncharted. Yeah, hit present and go wild. Share a tab.
We are going to go ahead and share this. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Oh, here we go. I get to add it to the stage. So we'll add it, and then there it is.
How's that?
So make it a little bit bigger. Look at that. It's a giant list. I'm leaning in.
Table of contents for design code searches. So, for example, there's a category called supernatural beings, mythological or legendary.
Yeah.
And then it breaks down into multiple different categories. Winged or horned, partly human, mythological, plants, objects, or geometric features representing a person or animal, masks, right? And so these codes get associated to all designs. So when I submitted a design mark to the USPTO, an examiner or another group at the USPTO will design or will key codes in to all the elements of that design. And so that's how we search the USPTO database for design codes.
Okay.
Design codes, and then you're probably going to get 1,000 different trademark registrations that you have to go through.
Right.
And then at that point we have to code them so we can search for them. Yeah, it's a lot.
That is. I bet there's something similar on the design patent side.
So.
I bet Brandon would help me with that.
But can you imagine being like the guy or the gal who had to conceive of how we're going to organize all of the art that people submit to the USPTO?
Crazy. And yeah, I mean, it's it'd be kind of fun to have to be that client that forces a new category.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Justin, good to see you, man. It's been a while for sure. I like that new photo. What's up? He's got the arms crossed. Good to have you. Any questions, bring those on, man. We're talking trademarks. We're talking design. So I think I'll bring the question back up. We kind of went down that trail there a little bit, and I appreciate it on the design trademark side. Mm-hmm. I think Maria is talking about an actual article of manufacture. Sure. An actual purse.
An actual
bag, purse. So that would be under the realm of a design patent, perhaps,
Also copyright.
and copyright for the work of art of
Mhm.
a bag.
Yep.
I got to get a prop. Let me go find a purse.
Yeah, we can't forget copyright. So while JD is grabbing his wife's purse, we'll talk a little bit about the difference, right? So copyright protects a work of art. Could be sculpture, could be writing, could be JD's painting, could be a website. But fashion, like a print or a fabric pattern can be protected as copyright. Also, the artistic work of creating and designing a purse, a three-dimensional purse, can be fall under copyright, right? So there's JD's. Well, that's your daughter's backpack.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is a backpack. This is a bag, right? And I suppose this could be let's just say this is Gucci, and Gucci would have like their big logo.
Yeah, it would be like the
there,
G logo, right?
But let's say that I think what Maria's asking is, I want to copy this bag. How do I tell if the actual bag is patented?
Right.
Okay. Great question. We're gonna have to take some look and dig around. But I do want to note that bags can be patented. All right, as a design patent and as a utility patent. Okay, so the design elements are the shape, the actual three-dimensional shape, where certain materials are positioned. Right, there's this kind of like rough outer material, kind of shiny, rainbow-looking patch.
Yep.
Its location, its position related to the other aesthetics, right? Not the fact that it's ergonomic or holds stuff, but just
that's functional. You can't protect the functional.
It's an art. It's a piece. This is a sculpture. Okay, that's what design patents protect: is the sculpture of that bag. Utility is the functionality, right? The fact that it's got a cool zipper. It's positioned in the right spot. You can actually put some stuff in here. It'll hold capacity. That's utility patent side.
That's really what's really interesting is like that bag, for example, you could potentially, theoretically, if somebody were to copy it, you could, and you had a design patent on it, and you had a registered design or a trade dress on the backpack, and you had a registered copyright, you could basically, allege infringement of patents, trademarks, and copyright because they all kind of intersect a little bit. They're all different in their goals, right?
Right.
The patent protects the actual invention itself and the design layout elements. The trademark, the trade dress, protects the connection between consumers and the product, and the copyright protects the inherent, work of the artist who created it. So they all kind of come at it from a different angle, but theoretically, Maria, this individual could be violating 3 different trademarks or 3 different.
She really could. She can get big trouble. My gut, and sometimes this matters, sometimes it doesn't mean jack diddly. But if Gucci, if it's an authentic Gucci article, I'm guessing they designed that thing and it's theirs. And so they're
not going to a company in China and just saying, hey, we'll take that and put our logo on it, right? It's going to be bespoke.
So even if they didn't go through the process of filing a patent application, which may or may not be true, they at least have copyright ownership of that creation, of that sculpture, that three-dimensional work, that they might be able to go seek a patent protection for later. And so at very least, you should not what's called pass off your goods as someone else's. Now, Matt, that's almost like a criminal. Dare I say criminal?
I mean, when we say passing off, that's typically trademark infringement, right? That's kind of, when you're taking someone else's products, right, and making knockoffs.
Yep.
That's passing off, right? It's somebody else's
product. Yep. So don't do that, Maria. I appreciate your question.
But you could certainly go to a company that manufactures products and be like, I like this. What can we do that has a similar kind of aesthetic to it?
You got it. You got it.
That's how you approach that.
And you could even come to a patent firm like ours, have us do a search, hire that third party that knows more about design patent searching.
Yep.
And confirm that there is a patent on it, and then help you think about how to change it significantly enough such that you'll avoid infringement.
That's interesting. So I get this question pretty frequently. People are like, how much do I need to change something to avoid
Yeah.
trademark infringement? Is it like 40%? And like, you can't put an answer on that, right?
Yeah, like I'm gonna shave my head. And I'm gonna start a new law firm called Bald Patents.
Yeah,
Bald.
bald.
And is that we're all bald here at this firm? I mean, is that? And I think I would get pissed because it sounds a lot alike, but maybe it's different enough, right? What does it come down to, right? You pay the lawyers, all the discovery, all the experts. What's the judge going to tell the jury, if there is one, for something like that?
I mean, yeah, it's not infringement. Bald patents is not an infringement.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be different enough. I think a reasonable person would not be confused.
Right. Unless they call it bald patents and they design their logo very similar to yours and they use the same color scheme, right? And then, of course, what they're trying to do is pass off their services as yours.
Yep.
And they're relying on people misunderstanding the word bold or mistyping it. You know, that's a whole other issue.
Yes, sir.